What's on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 15 of our franchise mode with the Anaheim Ducks. So, of course, it's been a little bit with my Canada trip, going to meet Ben for the first time. If you haven't seen that video, it will be the last one that we uploaded. So make sure you go check that out. We got some B-roll, got some pictures, and of course, we finally met the man, Ben, in person. So, of course, we talk about it in that video. So if you want to go check that out, make sure you go do so. It'll be, like I said, the last video we uploaded. And if I remember, and I do the little thing at the top, it will be at the top as well. But without further ado, episode number 15 of our franchise mode. We are in the playoffs with an outstanding record of 54-20-8, and we're all ready for the first round against the Vegas Golden Knights. And although they're still my team back there, obviously I want them to win. Obviously they won the cup. We need to beat them here. Obviously, the franchise mode in this case, in this virtual world that is NHL 23, yeah, we need to take them out in the first round. So, if you guys don't remember who is on the Vegas Golden Knights, I don't really remember everyone exactly either. Let's go take a quick refresher look at the Knights. So, of course, on the first line is the dynamic duo Mark Stone and Jack Eichel, joined with youngster Pavel Dorofeev. On our second line, we got Rudolph Balcers, Robbie Fabry, Nolan Patrick, like I said, to finish out the second line. Cunnin, Stevenson, and Bunting on the third line, with a fourth line of Barbashev, Waugh, and Carlson. So like we talked about in the last video, there is a lot of two-way power forward type players. So hopefully that will be in our advantage. And the fact that their forwards are kind of their staple, if you will. And at least in the franchise mode, this is their staple players. Because when we go look at the back end, they're a little bit weaker than we were expecting. So they do have Matt Grzelcyk to kind of replace the Shea Theodore role on the top line. Like I said, Grzelcyk and Coughlin, who, funny enough, they traded away and then somehow made his way back to Vegas. You got Alex Pietrangelo on the second line, along with Will Butcher, Caden Korchek, and Zach Whitecloud to finish out the defensive core. So lots of righties there. 4 out of those 6 are right-handed players. Not like it really matters, but it's still interesting to look at. But like I said, it is a weaker defensive core than we're kind of used to, at least in real life. In the goaltender's side, Antti Raanta looks like it's going to be their playoff starter, along with Braden Holtby, who I believe is actually retired, if I remember correctly, in real life. And then, of course, we take a look at the scratches. Former Anaheim Ducks, Sam Steele. I don't remember if we end up trading him away. It looks like we did, I think. I think that went in the first year. Or maybe it was, I don't remember what year. But I think we did trading him away because he wasn't really doing too much of anything. And, of course, since then, it looks like he actually went and performed really well. So that was really weird. Also looks like he hasn't played all year, which is really strange. That he comes off a 55-point year after a 48-point year, and then they don't play him, which just never really makes sense. So that's a quick look at the Vegas Golden Knights, at least here in NHL 23. We know who's on our team leading the way with Nikolai Ehlers, Zegras, Troy Terry. You know, we got the squad here, right? One thing, if it does pop up, it should pop up anyway, is we did offer Sorokin and Dostal both contract extensions, mainly because Sorokin wanted 7 years at $7 million. We offered him 4 years at $6 million, just because if Dostal does become really good, I don't want to be stuck in a really long-term deal with Sorokin. So we offered, like I said, $6 million, 4 years for him. And then we offered Dostal 2 years at $1 million. He wanted like $1.25, $1.35 million. We offer him 2 at $1 million. So let's get on to it. Game number 1, we have injuries on, goalie rotations off. The only thing I change in between episodes as we get into game number 1. Now, I don't want to get too crazy too early here, But let's start it off with the first period. Nothing. Nothing's happening. Let's keep it going. Second period on the power play. Let's watch that out. Nothing. All right, second period. All right, Vegas does get 2 goals. Jack Eichel and Nick Waugh from first line to fourth line, which is interesting. All right, third period. Let's watch it out. Early power play for the Ducks here. We get one. McTavish gets one past Ronta. Coughlin from the back end for Vegas does get one. Another power play for them. Doesn't end up anything. So, wasn't a shorthanded goal, but Bunting does get his goal in there, making it 4-1. 2 minutes left. Looks unlikely that that we allow that to happen to us. So McTavish, the only one from really close in there, gets the only goal of the game for our team. So we outshot them, but we did not outscore them. So, all right, now we know what we're dealing with, right? Ronta stood on his head apparently. Made all but one save. Eichel with 1 goal. McTavish with a goal. Few hits for each of them. So, okay. Right, 4-1. Right there is the humble check. All right, so Sorokin did sign that extension. Dostal actually did not. So maybe we'll try to offer him another contract here soon. But let's get into game number 2. So they brought it to us in the first game, right? 4-1. McTavish with our only goal. Let's hope to flip the script here in game 2. As before I can even intro the game 2, they get one immediately. Bunting there, but followed by Zegras on the power play. I didn't even see we had a power play, so it must have happened just that fast. Another power play, though, doesn't end up turning into a goal. But again, it's a tie game. First period, let's skip the couple of minutes. Let's skip the next second period. Lots of goals. Who even scored? Waugh for them. Kane from our fourth line gets one. Fabry and Dorofiev all get goals. So 4-2. Vegas significantly outshooting us. And we got to bring this home. Like, we got to get some energy or something. Fabry with his second of the game. What are we doing here, guys? Come on. We're getting outshot. Our defensive is kind of failing here. They're out shooting like crazy. Sorokin's still in net. McTavish does get a late one, but I think it's going to be too late. 5-3. Man, they are bringing it to us. Fabry gets a big night. 3 points, 2 goals. Zegras gets 1-1. McTavish with another goal, but Terry with a mild concussion be back May 1st. So a quick look to see how things are going to change without Terry on that first line. So we did bump Bertuzzi up to that first line to play alongside with Ehlers and Zegras. We did put Tracy up here in the NHL. I actually mixed up the lines there. DeBrusk up there on the second line now. Strome on the still there with Mercer. And then our third line will be Tracy, McTavish, and Perreault. I feel like it was a little bit better to bring up Tracy, so just to kind of see what he can bring to us. Because if not, we might end up having to trade him. And I don't really want to, but also, like, if you look at his scheme fit down there, he doesn't really fit any of our lines, and he's not good enough right now to play on one of those top 2 lines, so he doesn't really fit. So maybe we'll trade him away, try to get something different that maybe will fit us a little bit better. But for now, we're going to see how he does there on the third line. So, okay, so both games so far, both high-scoring affairs for the other team. So now we are, those were 2 home games. How are we getting smoked, 9-4 in total at home? After we just went 54-20 and 8 in the regular season. Well, as we know from real life, the Fortress is a tough place to play. Can our Ducks fly together? Zegras says yes, 1-0. Let's keep it going. Ehlers, our top line, will take that. 2-0 at the end of the first. Second period, there we go. We get another one. Zegras gets his second of the game. Coughlin does get another one for Vegas. That's his second or even third of the series so far. Let's keep this up though. Let's ride this out hot. 3-1. We're out shooting. We're out scoring. We're right where we need to be back on track here. Balcers does get one back though. Power play though following. Come on. Let's get another goal here. Let's get that insurance marker. Let's not play a 1-goal game and get the last second goal. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Always worries me when we get down to like minute and a half, 30 seconds. It always worries me. But Balcer's goal, not enough. We finally get a game in there. Zegras with a big game along with Ehlers. Our top line brought it with us, finally. So game number 4, although it's still only 2-1, right? We're down 1 game in this series. Is a pretty big game, right? If we go down 3-1 and we go back home with already losing the first 2 games, that would be very worrying. So this is a big game. Like I said, we need to win this one, right? Really close game in game 3, but we got to win this one convincingly, right? We got to get that confidence back and get back into it. A 5-on-3 power play to start the game. We don't want to score on that, but we do get one right afterwards. Bertuzzi does get it. 12 shots on goal. Another power play does it, and a quick start to this one, right? Big time players. Nikolai Ehlers makes it 2-1 at the end of the first. Exactly what we wanted, right? 5-on-3 power play. We would have liked to prefer to get a couple of goals there, but getting one right afterwards, and then Ehlers does get one later in the period. We'll take that, right? Let's keep it going, though. Second period time, 3-1. Okay, so Mercer does get one, his first of the series, and then Fabry for the Knights. Let's keep it going. Ride it out hot. We did the same thing. It's a repeat of last game, but let's keep it strong here. Keep it up by those 2 goals. As soon as I say that, Mark Stone does get one. Another power play. 10 minutes left. There it is. Mitkov from the third line. Excuse me, maybe second line. Mercer does get another one. Put us up by 3. Fabry with another one. Let's keep that 2-goal lead. That's all I really care about. There we go. So with DeBrusk now out of the lineup, we did bring up our first-round pick in Otto Stenberg. He fits our scheme better than a couple other players maybe I would have brought up first. But he does play center and left wing, and he fits our scheme, like I said, nice and neatly. So we brought him up. We moved Tracy back up to the second line now. If either Mercer or Perreault could play left wing, or we could have put him there, but still would like to keep those lines somewhat intact. Have those duos, if you will. We would have brought, move those around as we saw fit. But that does leave us with an AHL team that is slowly being diminished, where we are kind of struggling for players down there that aren't defensemen. So let's hope for no more injuries, at least on the forward side. But we do bring this series nice and even, 2 games apiece. Now, here's a big crucial game. Now it is a best of 3. But 2 out of those 3 games are going to be at home. So we got to win one of them. If not, both of them. But still, we got to start with this one, right? This is, I think, most likely the biggest game of the series so far, right? This will be I'll say it, a crucial game. All right, let's get into it. First period. All right. Pair of goals, or I should say a goal each. Stone gets one on the power play. Lindell gets one for us. Get one almost immediately. Zegras play. There we go. So Zegras tugs in another one. Is that Zegras again? Zegras again on power play goal this time. Increases the lead to 3-1. Lots of action so far for Zegras. Let's simulate the rest of the second period. So Zegras with a pair of goals. We'll take that. Big time players deserve big time money. Let's keep it going though. Power play, Zegras? Nope, not Zegras. All right, power play for Vegas. There it is. Perreault does get one. Quickly answered by Stevenson on the power play. Another power play. We get a shorthanded goal. Zegras for the hat trick. Let him roll, Ducks fans. That's a nice goal there. 5-2, up by 3. We'll take that. So it took us a minute to get into this game. Zegras with a 3-goal night gets the hat trick. Ehlers gets 4 assists on the night. And Sorokin played outstanding, only allowing 2 goals. So that's exactly what we wanted, right? We needed that game to get our confidence back. We needed to win at home to move us on to game 6. So big news at the start of Game 6, Troy Terry is back. So we put him in the lineup for Stenberg. We kind of reset the lines back with Terry on the first line, Bertuzzi on the second, and Tracy got moved down to the third. So although I would not like to make a change or switch up the lines after we just won a few games in a row, I also want Terry back in the lineup. So there it is. McTavish starts off strong. First period, only one goal. All right, we'll take it. Let's keep it going. Second period, there we go. Who got it? Perot again. Let's ride this out, hopefully with the sunset in the background. Okay, well, a little too early. There it is. Zegras gets another one. 4 goals in the last 2 games. Fabry's on fire over there for Vegas. Stevenson does have one as well. Up by 1. They are out shooting, but we are outscoring. Under 5 minutes left. Let's ride this one out strong. 1 minute. There we go. Not the way you want to win a series, that close, right after losing the first 2 games at home and then basically winning the next 4 straight is not how you want to win a series. I mean, I'm glad we did, but that's not ideal on how you win a series. Here we are in the second round, and once again, we are getting some good news. Jake DeBrusk is back with us. However, I'm going to keep him out of the lineup. And I know that's kind of questionable, but we do have Tracy up here, and he is playing okay. So I'd like to get him back to full health just so we could get our lineup back to kind of 100% normal. And maybe in a couple of games, we'll see what happens. But as we see down here, we are facing off against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. So, of course, let's go take a look at them. So here we... Jeez. So Draisaitl and McDavid, as we knew was going to be here somewhere, along with Yamamoto, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Kane, Holloway, Malkin, who looks to be I feel like we definitely looked at him. Malkin, Palmieri, Armia, Zari, and Cousins. I mean, that is a incredible top 6, a pretty decent top 9, or I should say a bottom 6 that's still somewhat decent. Defensively, I mean, these guys are... How do these guys do that bad with this team? Let's hope they don't get through the second. Let's start with game 1. Like I said, they don't look bad on paper, at least. Oh, I mean, I didn't mean to hit that button, but we'll take it. So Bertuzzi does get one right off the start of the game. Strome and Ehlers, 3-goal first period. I mean, we'll take it. Let's keep it going. There it is. Terry, 4-0. Oh, okay. That, you almost got me there. So, not so fast, right? Terry does get one, making it 4-0. But Draisaitl, Peak, and Kane all get goals. So, that 4-goal lead was all for nothing, as now it's only a 1-goal lead. And McDavid, of course, being McDavid, gets them a goal right back, tying it up 4-4. Ehlers gets a second of the game on the power play. So, there it is. Zegras gets one on the power play. Draisaitl gets one. If this is going to be an absolute sock him out, drag him out fight, this is going to be a hard one. Mercer does get one. 7-5. A 12-goal game in total. Although it was very tempting to call up 2 of our top left defensemen in the AHL, and Andre and Martinson, to replace the injured Essa Lindell, or even this bottom guy. I feel like it's best that they just kind of stick it out down there and keep playing, right? Because these guys are playing top minutes. They're doing really well. And we also had Vanakainen up, not really doing too much of anything. So he fits our lines, and we're going to keep it going, right? A third line defensive pair, isn't going to be make or break for them. So some even more good news, Jake DeBrusk, I know we talked about it before. He is officially 100% recovered, and we put him back in the lineup. We did send Tracy down just to play more, because I don't want him playing the 4th line and just not really playing too much of his offensive minutes. So There we go. We got that news out of the way. Let's keep it going. Game number 2, like I said, only change. DeBrusque back in action as Perreault gets the first goal of the game on the power play. Holloway does get another one. Kane gets one first period. Nothing else happened, of course, after we, skipped it. I feel like early second period goals have been a trend so far, but apparently not in game 2. Kane with his second of the game. Second period, we get 2 right back. Perreault with his second of the game, followed by Terry. So Perreault, Terry, and Perreault will take it. Let's keep it going. Third period, it's another battle of the close goals here. Bertuzzi again on the power play, making it the third power play goal of the game. We're up 1. Halfway through the third. Keep this out. No power play goals for them. We'll take that. Let's get another insurance marker. That'd be pretty cool. We'll take it. Walsh gets one with 5 seconds left. Most likely the empty netter. And it secures us the victory. Perreault gets a big night, 2 goals. Ehlers gets another 3-assist night. Bertuzzi with a 1-1. We'll take that, right? They're fighting us close. That's for sure. Well, now we are away in Edmonton. Let's keep up the wins, not necessarily these high-scoring games, because holy cow, we don't need an absolute battle. Let's keep it going, though. Terry, I just realized I'm still blocking half of the screen here. Draisaitl does get 1, though, as we're moving the camera. 1-1. Walsh gets 1, his second goal in the last 2 games. Let's get it, though. First period, Nugent Hopkins does get 1. McDavid on the power play, and then King. So a couple of unlikely participants here do get a pair of goals for us. 1 period, man. Second period on the power play, doesn't get it. Second period, though, we get 1 in there. Who is it? Strome gets 1 past Skinner. Let's simulate the rest of this. Once again, a really close game. Another 1-goal game. Nurse gets 1. Power play for Edmonton. We get 1, though. McTavish on our power play. Another super close. This might be the highest scoring series of all time so far. 9 goals in this game. We do get another one there. Strome gets the empty netter. How many goals have been scored so far? So that's 12, 8, that's 20. That's 30 goals in 3 games. Well, we have the chance to sweep here. I know I jinxed it right there, but let's keep it going. Is it going to be another high-scoring game, or are we going to get a nice low-scoring, 3-1 game? And, of course, typical this series fashion, let's just start racking up the goals. 1 goal each so far, Perreault and Palmieri. First period. All right, only 2 goals in the first. We survived a little bit longer. Second period, let's get right into it. And, of course, here they come. 3-2 for Edmonton so far in the second period. Zegras gets a power play goal. Cousins gets 1. And, of course, McDavid. So, this might be the first time that Edmonton's actually leading going into the third period, if I remember correctly. But, of course, there's the 6th goal of the game. Another power play for Edmonton. Zegras does get another 1, his second of the night. Another just absolute crazy game. Not necessarily so high scoring as the other ones, but 6 goals on the board. Looks like this one's going to overtime. Power play doesn't get it. Who's going to be the overtime leader here? Power play. 10 minutes left. Come on, who's going to be the winner? I'm feeling from our team. Let's go from the back end in Drysdale. No, of course not. Of course. Connor McDavid. 7 goals on the board for this game. Is that 37 goals through 4 games now? So some bad news now. We did lose Bertuzzi until, I think they said January. Till June 1st, which is 2 to 3 weeks away. So I think we did get DeBrusque back sooner than expected. So if we hopefully once we make it to round 3 or even the Stanley Cup Finals, we do get him back. But for now, Tracy is back with us. DeBrusque is struggling big time on the third line. So We move Tracy to the second line. DeBrusk, I don't know what you're doing, but something needs to change with him. But let's get on with it, right? We're still up 3-1, so obviously we're still in a really good spot. We do lose game 4, but this is where we hope to bring it back home. Let's bring it strong. I mean, we've had 37 goals so far. Let's just keep running it up. First period, there's 2 on the board. Ehlers and Mintkov. Let's keep it going. Third goal, Tracy. Hey, there he is. Knew it was going to pay off eventually. Hey, here we go. DeBrusk on the power play. 2 things we didn't think we'd say almost ever. A 5th goal on the board. Zegras gets 1. All different goal scorers so far, which is kind of interesting. 5-0 in the second period now. Let's simulate the rest of that. Let's keep going. Third period. All one-sided. We only have 42 goals in 5 games. What's wrong with that? 5-on-3 power play for Edmonton. It doesn't end up working out for them. It looks like they just ran out of juice. There it is. McDavid. Does he ever run out of juice? It feels like he doesn't, but does ruin the shutout though. It still looks like we're gonna clear-cut win this. They do get 1, like I said, with McDavid, but we put 2 past. They did switch goalies. So Skinner for the first 5, and then Campbell for the second 2. We do end up winning the series. Only 45 goals in 5 games. What's wrong with that? Like I said, we do end up winning round 2 versus Edmonton. And it looks like we already know who we're going to face in the next round, the Colorado Avalanche. Not what we want to see, but of course we'll ride it out and officially see it here in a minute. There it is. Well, as usual, let's take a look at the Colorado Avalanche. Well, we just faced off against a bunch of superstars. Let's keep it going versus Colorado. Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen. Nichushkin, I can never say his name right, but it's fine. Newhook and Rodriguez. Engvall, Simoneau, Benson, Cody Glass. So we did try to get Cody Glass during the offseason, and he wanted to sign with them instead. Well, that sucks. We're going to have to knock you out of the playoffs here. Adam Henrique and Rem Pitlick. Okay, so really good top 6. Aha! Devon Taves, Cale Makar, Ryan Merkley, Bowen Byram, Samuel Girard, and Cale Fleury. Now, I think I saw it correctly that he has 1 more year. I was going to say, I thought I saw Cale Makar was a free agent this offseason, so I was like, ooh? But, yeah, he's not. So, obviously, they have a really stacked roster. But goaltending is suffering. But 72 games played. And he went 50-18. Game number 1, let's do as best as we can here. Because, obviously, we got a really tough test. So, I don't know if we're going to beat the 47-goal mark like it was in the last series. But let's try to at least win. That's all I care about. So Devon Taves does get the early goal in here, followed by Mitkov with Zegras there. Let's keep it going. First period, who got that one? Rantanen on the power play. Second period time, Newhook does get one past Dostal. I really hope that wasn't an injury. Now, obviously, I have faith in Dostal, but obviously Sorokin is that star goaltender that's led us all year long. So let's keep that in the back of our minds as we try to watch the rest of this one. Riley Walsh from the third line gets 1. Perreault gets 1. Back in the lead, Mercer gets 1. 5-3. We'll take that so far. 2 minutes left. 1 minute. And game over. But now the real question is, what's going on with Sorokin? Injured hand. Will be back May 23rd, 2026. So game 1 does go our way. We do lose Sorokin. But we have Dostal, right? This is his kind of chance to finally show what he can do, right? He gets the knob between the pipes. And he's kind of been waiting for his chance. So let's keep it going. Game number 2. First period, new hook. All right, gets one past Ostel. Second period, same score. So we went from 47 goals or 45 goals or whatever I said in the first or in the last series to now I feel like there's barely any scoring. Onval does get another one here for Colorado. We are out shooting, but not out scoring. McTavish does get one on the power play. Let's see, last time we were down, we scored a bunch right away. Cody Glass from the fourth line does get one. 3-1 now. 5 minutes left in the third. 2 minutes, 1 minute. Looks like it's going to go the way of Colorado. Yes, it is. So, well, good news and bad news is Sorokin's back, but he is still injured. So we are going to turn to him back here in game number 3. I'd like to go Dostal just to kind of give Sorokin a chance to get back and get fully healthy. But at the same time, going against a team who got 57 wins and is 9-0-1 in the last 10 games, and we're in the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, we don't really have time for you to get 100% healthy, as we've all found out watching the post-elimination press conferences. So what have we got going on here? Cody Glass gets one early on again. Mercer does get one. So we're tied up 1-1 going into the second. We'll go second period. Zegras with a pair of goals. McKinnon gets one in there as well. We are up 3-2. Third period now, starting off strong in the power play. Doesn't get one. Another power play, though. We'll take a goal. No, not this time. All right. Still 3-2, under 10 minutes now. We are out shooting, right, which is always good, but we also need to be out scoring, which we currently are. But I'd like another one on there. Insurance marker. But hey, I guess you don't need it when you're just that good, right? So on to game number 4. We are up 2-1. Zegras has 14 goals in the postseason so far. 28 points. I know him and Ehlers both are doing absolutely incredible. Let's start off the run. Power plays traded. Terry does get the first goal. Similar to the rest of the first period. Still 1-0. We'll go through the second period as well. What? Fabro, Mercer with a second. And King, all goals for the Ducks. Makar does get one for Colorado. So we are up 5-1 at the start of the third period. Going to the power play, trading the power play. McKinnon gets another one. 5-2 now. Still the 3-goal lead, so I'm not too worried. Once it gets into like 2 or even 1 goal, then maybe we'll get a little worried. But for now, King makes a second one. A couple of random goals by King. We'll take it. 6-2. We'll take that. King with a pair of goals. A 4-goal second period. Well, the chance to clinch game number 5. We are still in, or I guess we go back to Colorado in this one. Let's keep it going or start off strong or something. But Landeskog has other plans. But how about first period? All right. DeBrusque gets one. Landeskog with his second. Let's get one here, though. 5-4. All right. Second period. Cody Glass from the third line. Sorokin. Oh, that's right. We did turn back to Sorokin. That's right. Power play for us doesn't end up working out. Short-handed goal for Henrique. Not what you want to see. Like to get a power play goal here. Slowly get back into it, but it doesn't seem to work out. So it looks like they flipped a script in this one. 5-1 for them. Rantanen gets one, making it 5. So, okay. So they kind of humbled us a little bit there. Only gets one after a big game. That's definitely tough to see. Well, still a chance to clinch in game number 6. Colorado's backs are against the wall for the rest of this series. But they sure do love these early goals, no matter when it is. First period, though, only goal from McKinnon. Okay, Makar and Landeskog. Third period time, Strome gets one early. I know I kind of quickly went through this game, but I know this video is going to be long, right? 3 rounds of playoffs on top of everything else. I know it's going to be long. 5 minutes left, though. Jumped a little bit too early. Mercer does get one. Couple minutes left. Can we get the equalizer? Minute left. Under a minute. There it is. So they're keeping it a close series, right? They're making us work for it. So a quick look at, we do get Bertuzzi back in the lineup. We kept Tracy in the lineup, and we're going to leave DeBrusk in the lineup. It's a bold play, but I just feel like if we take, Tracy is doing better than DeBrusk. So it's either we leave DeBrusk on the bench with an 84 overall, or we put him in the lineup and at least have a chance to get some production out of him. So we are in Game 7, and it's all to play for here. So I don't feel like Devin Shore, Drew Shore, or whoever Shore he is, would really mind that much. Obviously, he probably does a little bit, but either way, I'd much rather have an 84 overall there. You know, someone that it can produce a little bit more than Shore can in Game 7. Tracy, the guy we've been talking about, gets one. Perreault gets one. 2-0 now. McKinnon, though, does answer late in the first. We're going to play this one out nice and slow. Not going to skip anything. Right there it is. Terry. 3-1 now. Another power play. McCarr gets one. Still a 1-goal game. Still close. 6 minutes left. 5 minutes left in the second. All right, still lots to play for here. Second period over. Let's keep it going. Early power play, we get one. Who was that? Perreault with his second of the game on the power play. We'll keep that nice 2-goal lead. Obviously, would love more. There it is. Zegras right on cue. Gets the 5th of the game and will hopefully be the final nail in the coffin for Columbus, and it is. Is this the closest we've been? I feel like it is. Perreault, 3 points on the night. Sorokin and Terry, all the 3 stars. And we already have our opponent, the Buffalo Sabres. Well, I don't really know what to say when you have the Buffalo Sabres versus the Anaheim Ducks in the Stanley Cup final. But let's go ahead and take a look at him. So, all right. Interesting lineup. Boone Jenner on the first line with Tage Thompson along with Alec Tuck. Kubel on the second line with Dylan Cousins, Jeff Skinner, Eric Howla, Peyton Krebs, Daniel Sprong, Peterka, Savoy, I don't really know these players, and Jamie Benn. So, pretty solid, if you ask me. Definitely a pretty good top 6, I'll say. Even a decent top 9. Obviously, they have their superstars. They have their fill-in players. We figured that. Obviously, Dahlin and Power are going to be there. Yokiharu, there's Power there. Samuelson on the second line. Hag and Bernard Docker. So, okay. So, they have a solid squad. Tristan Jarry in net. Pekka Luukkonen, I don't really know. I remember when we had him on our team, what was it, a few years ago. Could not figure out how to say his name. But it looks like they got Jarry in net. Looks like he's their go-to guy, putting up some decent numbers. 12-1-1 in the playoffs so far. So obviously they've been doing the right thing. So, okay. So it looks like they do have a couple of injuries here. Jack Quinn, one of the right wings, along with Victor Olofsson. So I'm not sure, obviously, where those players fit in. But I would like to assume probably Peterka would be out of the lineup. And maybe even Jamie Benn. I don't know. Or even Howla. I don't know. But a solid team. I mean, I don't know how this is Stanley Cup worthy. But, hey, you look at a lot of teams like that, and you could say the same thing. So on to the Stanley Cup final. 2 teams you don't think would ever be here. Let's start it off, though. Game number 1. I wish we were in like a suit or something, but I don't have one. Let's keep it going. Right? We've had some good luck so far. Skinner does good on the board for them. Don't have a single shot in the first 5 minutes of this game. That's kind of worrying. Power play, we'll take a goal, but no. First period, nothing on the board for us, but Skinner does get one for them. Power play, Ehlers does get one past Jarry. Long power play for Buffalo doesn't end up working out. But how about the second period? Couple of goals there. Skinner again along with Thompson. 3-1 at the end of the second. So we're going to try to play this a little bit slower than usual because it is the Stanley Cup final. Thompson gets his second of the game. So 2 players on hat trick watch, not what you want to see. Power play chance for Anaheim doesn't end up working out. Another one, I know some games we've been really good on the power play. Some games we just do this and allow shorthanded goals. So tough first game, right? 5-1. Thompson, Skinner, both with solid games. Jari held the net. Well, that's not what you want to see. Nikolai Ehlers out with a concussion. Well, 2 things that we didn't want to start this series with is a big injury to a big-time player in Ehlers. Tracy will be taking in that spot, moving up to the first line, jumping there on the power play and everything. And also losing the first game 5-1. So not what you want to see. It does look like we get, well, I guess he was already back, but a fully healthy Tyler Bertuzzi. And now we are in game 2 at the Honda Center. Let's get this going. First period, 1-1. Bertuzzi gets 1. Power gets 1. 12 shots apiece. Second period, there we go. Mikhailov from the third line. I really got to get players that I can actually pronounce their names. That would be a lot more helpful. Power play, though, doesn't end up turning out into anything. Same thing for Buffalo. Nothing on them. 2-1. 6 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Let's just keep this win. We'll take it. Don't care. A win's a win. There we go. Mikhailov and Bertuzzi. We'll take it. So we have the chance to get Ehlers back if we probably get to the later part of the series. Game number 2, both Ehlers and Zegras were absolutely crushing it for points. Now we're without one of them, so we're going to have some players have to step up in the meantime. Here in the first period, nothing on the board though. 20 shots total. Let's keep it going. Second period. All right, there's some goals. Skinner, Shore, trade goals. Krebs and King trade goals. And Howla gets one with 1 second left in the period. Well, another thing to keep watch out for, but power play for us. 6 minutes left. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Can we get a late one? No, we don't. So, all right. Well, once again, on to a big game 4. We are still, or I guess we are now, at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo. On to this game. First period, nothing. Let's keep it going. Second period, that's what we want to see. Pair of goals out of Tracy. Zegras does get one as well. Skinner does have to break the bearer of bad news, breaking the shutout. But on to the third period, up by 2 goals. What are we going to say now, though? Right? It is Dosel's net now. Sorokin out for the near future. And for now, we need to win these games. Right? Until Ehlers comes back, until Sorokin comes back, we still need to figure out how to win. And winning is what we figured out how to do. Well, on to game number 5. An absolute massive game for us. Back in the Honda Center in Anaheim. And now we are without Pelech as well. So we are without Sorokin. We are without Ehlers. And we are without Pelech. Is it the best player at each position we are missing? Right, I guess overall, technically, if you want to consider Pelech. Well, next man up. Here we go. First period, Ben gets one from the fourth line. Second period, Tuck gets one, Thompson gets one, and Mercer does get one for our team. Come on, boys. Samuelson gets one. Power play for us, though, 5-on-3 at one point there. Doesn't end up being anything. All right, well, 5-1. Once you get up to the 4-goal lead, it's probably pretty much over. We do get a late one with Shore getting one, like I said, but 5-2. Still not that good. And that was the game that we needed, for sure. All right, well, we're down to our last 2 games. Back against the wall. We are back in the KeyBank Center in Buffalo. And now's the time to win, right? It's potentially our last game of the season. And I'd like it to not be our last game of the season, right? We do have that potential Game 7, hopefully once we win this game. And obviously, what's better than a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals? And it's definitely a Game 7. So, Mercer does get one, though. Rest of the first period produces nothing. Second period, they tie it up. So, Bowers gets one, Krebs and Power. Well, that's not what we want to see. Patera gets one early on in the third period. Tuck gets one right afterwards. Well, we better get a goal early here. Stop the bleeding. Gotta get one here, boys. Gotta get one. Gotta get one. A goal. A goal. And it's over. I don't want to be the one to say it, but when you're without your top goaltender, arguably your top defenseman, and your top scorer, it's going to be hard for you to win. Now, obviously, we did have enough, stars and people around us, of course. If Pelech would have been back for Game 7, it would have been perfect. But it doesn't end up working out. As it does look like San Diego's in a Game 4 right now, down 1-3. I guess we'll take a quick look at what these guys are doing down here. Well, they're on to Game 7. We would have had Ehlers back about a week after the Stanley Cup Finals would have concluded, or a few days at least. So if we was like a best of 9 or a best of 11, we would have got him back. Or if there was another round, we would have got him. But good news is they do win the Calder Cup. Obviously, we do lose in the Stanley Cup Finals to Buffalo. But congrats to our AHL team in San Diego. They do end up winning. But a disappointing end to the season, but not a disappointing end to the video. Because it's going to be a good time. And coming up, because like I said, we built it. We did it. We have our star players now. We have young talent that are just on the verge of competing for NHL spots. And of course, making it to the Stanley Cup Finals will definitely help. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below if you haven't yet. Or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And don't forget, you can always change your mind later. With all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.